These small things build your confidence back up. I'm triggered. I hated my job. I hated my life. Setting my mind and my body right every day is a high priority. These things cause you to self-sabotage.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, Julia Rene.
Good morning, guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this YouTube video, I'm gonna give you my 5 tips to stay disciplined. So I feel like this is something that everybody asks about, especially being a professional bodybuilder. You have to be like the most disciplined, but I wasn't always. There was a point in my life where I had zero discipline, zero structure, zero routines and habits that got me to do the things that I want to do. In this video, I'm gonna give you my top 5 tips on how I stay disciplined. But stick around to the end because the last one is definitely the most important. Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this quote because this quote by Ed Milet just explains discipline in a way that I just couldn't. You ready? Okay, so stay right there. Okay. Extremity expands capacity. When you're self-disciplined, you get yourself to do all the way up the extreme of what you're capable of on a regular basis. Not only are you going to do what you're capable of, but you're actually going to stretch out and expand your capacity to grow and do more so that over these levels of maxing out, you actually increase. So basically, like what I get from that quote is that when you don't have discipline in your life is actually a lot harder because it takes you so much more effort to get yourself to do the things that you know you want to do cardio so you have better heart health, eat healthier, go train, do all these things, not order so much DoorDash. Your life is actually harder when you don't have these disciplines and don't do these things. You have to work, and it seems so difficult. That's why when you're first trying to work out or eat healthy, it seems so hard because it's actually not in your routine. Like it's not just a part of who you are. And then once you start working out, you watching this, you probably work out regularly, I'm assuming. You can't even imagine your life not going to the gym now. That's because you've built the discipline, you've gotten into your DNA, and it's just something that you wake up and you do every day. So if you extend your capacity to handle more, you're able to eventually do more. That's why when I started lifting, I just started lifting regularly, I wasn't competing. Then I wanted more. My body could handle more. My mind could handle more. So then I went to professional bodybuilding and I was like, this seems like a challenge for me. If I never started with these initial disciplines that I'm going to teach you about today, then I wouldn't be able to expand my capacity to be able to be a professional bodybuilder. Tip number 1 is to identify your purpose. If you're waking up out of bed every morning and you don't have a purpose, something that excites you and gets you to get out of bed, you're not gonna end up doing the things that you know you need to do to live the life that you ultimately want to live. So for example, when I was a hairstylist, I was working 6 days a week from like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., wasn't getting paid very well. I hated my job. I hated my life. I wasn't treating my body the way that I should have. I wasn't eating healthy. I was just basically poisoning it. So when I woke up every morning, there was zero excitement for me to get up and do the things that I wanted to do because I wasn't living the life I was supposed to be living. Now, even though some days are really hard when I'm a bodybuilder, I have to do sometimes hours of cardio, eat limited amount of calories, but it doesn't matter because I have a purpose and I love what I do so much that it gets me out of bed every morning. Like today, I was excited to get out of bed, even though I have so much to do and I get to do a lot of, I've been trying to switch that around in my mind. I get to do all of these things to get me to be stage lean. I have a purpose, and my purpose is you guys, you know? It's for me, but it's also for you. I know that every day that I wake up and I show up here on social media and show you guys about what it takes to be a professional bodybuilder, that it's inspiring, it's motivating, it gets you to do the things that you don't think that you can do. It lets you know that you're more powerful than you actually think. And now I do. Tip number 2 is to identify the areas where you self-sabotage. So whether this is snoozing your alarm in the morning so that you don't wake up and you do cardio, where you order DoorDash or you keep the app on your phone so that you continue to order from it. It's like we think that these are good excuses, like, oh, well, the app's on my phone. Oh, well, I snoozed my alarm. That's why I wasn't able to do cardio. But your mind is subconsciously doing those things so that you don't do these difficult things. So if we can identify these little moments in our life where we're self-sabotaging, maybe you're scrolling on social media and seeing what everybody else is doing with their life instead of taking action on your own life, or you purposely don't go and prep meals for yourself for the week so that you go and order DoorDash. These things cause you to self-sabotage, and then you end up being like, wait, why am I not doing the things that I said that I was going to do? It's because the areas in your life are not conducive to the life that you actually want to live. You're not acting in accordance to the things that you actually want. So identifying, maybe you're ordering too much DoorDash, going on social media, snoozing your alarm, not waking up and going to do cardio. These are things that you're sabotaging yourself so that you don't reach your goal. All right, guys, done with cardio. Tip number 3 is to set positive triggers around your house. And this isn't like a I'm triggered type of thing. It's positive triggers that get you to take action. So for example, one of my favorite examples of this is the trigger of music. Like all of us probably have a gym playlist. And once you're in the car or you like walk into the gym, you put your headphones on and it triggers you to know like it's go time, it's time to work out. So you can do that in other aspects of your life and around your house. So you can set out sticky notes in your like problem areas. Like one thing that I like to do is put a sticky note on my fridge to remind me like food will always be there. Any of your areas where you're like going to the pantry or going to the fridge to search for food, to me, the phrase food will always be there helps me know that these fun foods that I want to eat when I'm done with prep, they're always going to be there. But my goal to be on the Olympia stage, to compete, to be at my highest level, that won't always be there. Another thing that I like to do is set out my clothes the night before so that I know like once I wake up, my alarm goes off, I get up, my clothes is already there. It eliminates the need for me to, oh, like my clothes isn't set out. Maybe I'll just crawl back in bed. It's there, it's ready to go, everything that I need, and then I just put it on and we go to cardio. Another thing I like to do is make sure that my water is already filled the night before so that I just pick it up and I can start drinking water. People have a really hard time getting enough water into their lifestyle. So if you have it already ready to go, you have a nice, pretty water bottle that helps you drink more water. Okay, tip number 4 is to schedule out your disciplines. It seems kind of silly to like schedule out your cardio, schedule out your workouts, but the thing is in regular life, we schedule out appointments, we schedule out time that we're going to work, but we don't schedule things that are gonna be good for our well-being, which is ridiculous. So on my schedule, I literally have my morning routine laid out every single day because it's just a non-negotiable because I know what it does for my mental health and how it just sets me up for success for the rest of the day. I schedule my cardio, I schedule all the days that I'm gonna go and do my workout so that nothing gets scheduled in that time frame because that's how important it is to me. Having a healthy lifestyle and going to the gym and doing my cardio and my morning routine, setting my mind and my body right every day is a high priority, just as a high priority as my meetings that I have scheduled or my lash appointment that I have scheduled or anything else that I might have. Scheduling out your appointments and act like they're appointments. Like this is an appointment, my appointment for myself that I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna focus on myself. Tip number 5, and the most important one, is keep the promises that you make to yourself. This is the number 1 reason why people aren't disciplined, because they're not keeping the promises they make to yourself. Just ask yourself this. Every time that you set out to do something, whether it's cardio, eating healthy, or just waking up on time and you don't do it, how do you feel? You feel guilt, maybe shame, sometimes regret. You wake up in the morning and you're like, dang it, I wish I should have done that. It doesn't make you feel good. So what happens is your confidence level starts to go down because you start losing trust in yourself. And once you lose trust in yourself, you stop believing that you can actually do these things. This is what causes people to yo-yo diet, because they say things like, oh, well, it didn't work last time. My body is so difficult, all of these different things. So they're programming themselves to not be disciplined because of their past. So if you keep breaking promises to yourself, your confidence starts getting lower and lower and lower, and it's hard for you to come back from it. But imagine what it would feel like if you kept a small promise to yourself. Like instead of waking up at 7 a.m., you woke up at 6:25 a.m. Whatever it might be, small little moments of keeping promises you make to yourself build up so that you can have more. You expand your capacity to eventually have more disciplines in your life. And don't go from being like not working out and not doing anything to being like, I'm gonna compete in a bodybuilding show. Because that's going from, don't chew that. That's going from 0 to 100, and then you're more likely to fail. So starting small. You know, I'm not working out right now, I'm not really eating healthy. Maybe I'm gonna delete DoorDash. Maybe I'll stop having fast food every day. These small things build your confidence back up, and then you have trust in yourself again so that you can actually do the things that you say you're going to do. And as always, I love you all so much, and you're more powerful than you think. Bye!